Al, what's your symbol? Why did you take it?
Oh, this is Febreze to go. It stinks.
Yeah.
And I need to get the stink out.
Okay. So what's the stink made out?
The stink is the temp agencies and the runaround that they give you.
Yep.
I'll tell you the negative first.
Okay.
Like creative staffing, for example, they want, I'm a very creative person, so in my resume I wanted to convey in a different way. They probably get tons and I was like, no, you gotta format it this way. I'm like, I don't really wanna format it that way. It's kind of forcing me to format it that way. And then when I get calls, like I constantly get calls and emails, and I keep telling them this is not what I wanna do. At one point I had a commitment with another firm and I was very committed, but they had to scale back, so I only had 1 or 2 days. I said to them, I can give you 3 or 4 days a week, and I know that's tough, but if I tell you that, then I tell you that's all I can do. So kind of felt they were trying to coerce me into doing something that I'm not really comfortable with doing.
I picked these magnets because, to me, right out of school, most of the temp agencies that I went to and staffing agencies, it was like a cattle call, which is me, it seemed like you show up for the appointment that you think you have, except it's not really an appointment, it's like a reservation for an appointment. And so then you sit there for half an hour and you fill out paper, and then maybe another half hour, then you'll get the actual appointment. And they haven't even really read, your resume. They're not really familiar. They just set it down. They say, so I see you, and you just feel very much like a commodity. I mean, I know that is a reality.
It drives me insane when a parent 14-year-old brings me up from the agency and we're talking about a role, and they go, "Are you sure you've got the experience?" And I'm like, you can barely read your computer screen, and you're asking me,
So what does it symbolize for you? Taking the flag or taking the
Taking the
suit?
flag out. I guess staffing agencies are pretty much the American way.
Okay.
Because if you get laid off or fired or something happens to your job, you always, it's an option that you can always fall back on, hopefully.
And so it's very difficult to break in if you don't have experience. Whereas if you're with an agency and that agency maybe knows that you're good or has previous experience with you, they may be willing to push you for a certain position that you may not be so aligned for. But somewhere near that field, and that's how I kind of got into that.
Of your symbol.
Oh, yes, okay. So this is really unattractive to me.
Okay.
It's a screwdriver, but as far as function, I don't have anything to say. It's just really, I had a negative experience, I think, when I came to New York. And I just wish that these recruiters put more time into getting to know you and your personality and your skills, and not what school you went to or what your GPA was or doing. It's just a little bit, a little much.
Ich habe diesen Federball ausgesucht, weil ich von einem Projekt zum anderen springe.
Ja.
Und das finde ich eigentlich das Interessante an der ganzen Geschichte.
Also du siehst das sehr positiv.
Ja.
Was ist denn der Vorteil, so von einem Projekt zum anderen zu springen? Was hat man da davon? Was ist daran gut?
Also jedes Projekt ist anders. Und in jedem Bereich, wo man eingesetzt ist, gibt es auch wieder neue Herausforderungen. Ja. Dieses selbst flexibel zu sein und auch die anderen, das ist das Spannende an der Geschichte.
Kind of provides the middleman. It's like kind of the introduction. If you could put it in a high school setting, it's kind of like the cool kid that says, okay, this kid's cool too, so we can all hang out with him.
How did you find it?
Word of mouth.
Word of mouth?
Yeah, I think coming out of school, people would know that if you were looking for a job.
Meine ehemalige Firma blieb leider pleite.
Okay.
Und zufälligerweise war die genauso wie Yacht in der Stiftstraße. Und beim Essen hatte ich da halt mal jemanden kennengelernt, der dann gemeint hat, hier, ich hätte da was für dich, und deswegen bin ich bei Yacht gelandet.
If I have to worry about, I have to go to the dentist, and this agency doesn't provide dental coverage, but guess what, that agency does, that would be a consideration for me. No matter how loyal they've been to me or to them, to me that's another loyalty thing. You want me to stay, you'll give me the benefits, you'll give me the reasons that make me want to stay. It's just like any job. Jobs give bonuses and raises, and some temp agencies give bonuses if you've been, working someplace for a long time. So it's to me it's more symbiotic in that way.
Okay. Okay, which other ones are there?
There's
I'm trying to think of a really nice way to describe my Office Angels group, but it's probably sort of giggly girls who drink white wine spritzers.
Okay.
That's probably their bonus.
Giggly girls.
It kind of is. One, and you're just
The
like,
9 to 5 go to 9.
The 9 to 5?
That's what
Yeah.
it is, yeah.
And then you have the other Michael Page recruitment agencies where they work until like 6 until 9 at night.
So
and
what
you get
are they
ridiculous.
like if we would give that kind of an attribute?
Very driven.
Yeah.
Video. Avec la déco ou avec Randstad? Là? Quel service?
À côté d'Adia. À côté d'Adia.
Where do we have agencies that have the reputation to have good candidates? Robert Half. Any others? Agilon. Any agencies that have the reputation to have bad people? Account temps.
I think one of the best positions I've had from staffing was Modus. They're pretty good.
Why
I find
that?
the
Why-
larger ones,
Why is Modus good?
because it felt like I was going for a regular job. The way they made it feel was like I was going for a regular, I met up with the recruiter, went to their offices, very professional, and they screened me like it was there, like I was working for them.
Hayes, solid, I think. Been around for ages.
Would you use them from a client perspective if you're kind of on the client side?
Probably not.
Not. Why not? Which one would you use instead if you were kind of using
I would
staffing?
probably either use Robert Half or Michael Page over Adecco.
Die Spezialisierung halt nicht wie so ein Anbieter wie eine Manpower, eine Adecco, die halt alles querbeet machen.
I'd like a Clark, like a nice bit of cutlery, reliable, quite good, quite top notch. So that's your silver service kind of thing, and reliable, trustworthy.
Ja, und man hat bei DSAG immer so den Eindruck, dass sie da alle sehr jung und dynamisch sind.
Jung und dynamisch, ja. Okay. What type of background should they have? Would it be important for you that they have kind of similar background to yours? Or would you say, no, it's more a general degree of professionalism, I mean, whatever the backgrounds are?
I definitely will go for a general level of professionalism.
General level of professionalism. So they do not need to be kind of from your financial field, or so that you can kind of, buddy up with them better, or that they understand you better.
No, that's part of being professional, is to understanding. If they are from a different background or come from a different industry, I'm definitely fine with that as long as they understand.
Okay. Good.
I hear
Something
that-
not too specialized, is that what you're saying?
I don't know, but I understand the benefits of maybe specializing in education or engineering or something, where it's a global economy. And
But for those who have no idea what they want to be when they grow up.
Right,
it's gonna
or,
be-
and I think that a lot of those people,
There's a
or,
lot of those people,
I mean, what is the fact that every adults are gonna have, 6 jobs before they go? I think that's probably low.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
definitely.
I think that's not true anymore, and I think.
Definitely more.
It's definitely
Yeah.
more.
Which means we, as we get older, can say, well, I think I consider myself a marketing person, a businessman, a bookkeeper,
Yeah.
a paralegal, a banker, and a teacher. And I think I could be successful in all those industries. So,
And do you find it credible that someone like Adecco can be kind of the mother company for all of these specialists? Do you
It's like-
find it credible?
Just like playing a sport, you have a captain, you have a co-captain. Someone has to lead the way.
Road. I believe that, for instance, you could take someone like Kelly, who's a larger agency, but if they had specialized groups within their agency. So
As you were talking, I got a picture of like a company. The company has a finance department,
Yep.
a marketing department,
Just
an
like
HR
a
department.
company would.
So the agency would have these departments where they had specialized.
Exactly,
you
and
know,
I don't
the-
care if it's in that office
And your
or
resume
this
would be
office or it's
in
in
each of
one
those
office or
pools.
however you do it. Right.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you
You're
so
welcome.
much.
See you guys later.
See you later.
Have fun.
Okay, good.